Hey Super Souls, welcome back to the Moon Magic Tarot channel. In today's readings, we are asking for a message from someone you are thinking about. Now, this message may be coming through from their higher self or their unconscious self. It could also be coming through from someone who knows what they want to say, but for some reason isn't being able to say it. Now, this can be anyone. It could be a work relationship, a friendship, a family member. Seeing the first card. In fact, I think these are our cards here. It could be any single person, and if there is more than one person on your mind, then focus on one person first and guide yourself into whichever reading is right, and then come back to the beginning and focus with a different person in your mind if needed. So we are drawing these three cards with a rune and a charm as well to help to guide you in. So reading number one, you have Galactic Healer. Move forward with an open mind. Reading number two, you have Guardian. Guard your energy. Reading number three, you have Align your universe. Navigate distractions. Okay, let's draw from the runes and the charms. Okay, one, two. Oh, we have two on reading number two. Okay, so reading number one, you have the rune of Breakthrough, and you also have a key. I always associate this key with transformation because of the skull. Oops, let's place that there. So that's reading one. Reading number two, you have the rune of Protection, the card of Guardian, and you have the charms of a feather and also of the Eiffel Tower. Reading number three, you have the rune of Joy and this beautiful flower. It's like a Tudor rose. Okay, navigate distractions, align your universe. Okay, so Super Souls, I'll leave the video running just for a few minutes for you to be tuning in with your intuition. Trust that whichever one is really speaking to you, it will be the right one for you. And as I said earlier, if there's more than one person on your mind, more than one situation or a person who you would like to really receive a message from, then come back to this part of the reading a little later on. Do one at a time. Super Souls, I will see you in the readings. Reading number one, welcome. You have been guided into this reading by the card of Galactic Healer. Move forward with an open mind. We have the key with a skull, which I always see as a form of transformation and rebirth, the key to something. We also have the card of Breakthrough. Now, breakthrough is literally, sometimes this rune signifies a 180-degree turn. And it is interesting because the Galactic Healer card is also, it really is a card that says don't look back, it's time to move forwards. So there is a turning point and there is a message here for you from someone. I need to say immediately as well, and this will not be for all of you, it's a general reading, but I do feel that for some of you, excuse me, the communication, the message is actually from somebody who has perhaps passed over. It won't be for all of you, but it will be for some. Every hair on my body is standing on end. The temperature in this room has dropped, and I felt that the moment we drew this card. So I think it won't be relevant to all of you, but it will be to some. So the message today for some of you will be in that way. Now, let us draw some oracle cards first of all to see what message the person you have on your mind, the person you're thinking about, what is it, what message would they like to be bringing you today? What message do they want you to know about? Let's look at these oracle cards first. You have the card of ripening. Let me show this to you. Really beautiful imagery. Ripening, I think we're going to place that down here actually. You then have the card of the storm. Look at this lightning coming through here. Ah, I know, we can see so clearly already. And now you have the card of entrance. Okay. Some sort of situation came to a head. I can't say it was a completion for you, or if it was a completion, I think for many of you it wasn't a completion you desired. Okay, there's been a transformation, a change in direction. I think for some of you it's felt as though that was rather forced upon you, you know, like a bolt out of the blue. And in a situation that I think you had genuinely hoped would ripen. This is a connection to someone that you hoped it was going to build into something or stand the test of time, or it was something that you believed might become dependable or was dependable. Out of the blue, a bolt from the blue, something happened that has created this sort of 180-degree turn, and it really has been very life transforming. It's creating an entrance into a new phase of life, and the message that this person is saying to you is that there is some sadness, some sort of, it's not regret as such, but just, it's a sort of a sorry that this happened in this way. You know, I don't think that necessarily it was entirely for some of them within their control, or do please excuse me, my voice is a little croaky again today. I've had a really long standing cold that is persistent. So yeah, I think something came along, it felt like a bolt out of the blue, and with circumstances that for a lot of you felt as if this was just out of your control. And even in the instance of somebody where you might look at them and think, well, this person, you know, maybe their higher self is speaking to you now. Perhaps their conscious self acted in a particular way. For those of you, if it's not someone who has passed, but someone who's very present or very much around and in the world still, they've acted in a way that was not what you were expecting. And as a consequence, their higher self is sort of saying, look, it was less in their control than you realise. You know, there were other things going on. Let's draw some more cards and see what else we're shown. There is a clear message coming through for you though, reading number one, which is really don't look back. This card is such a strong message. Move forward with an open mind. Don't look back. There was a complication in this situation. So I said, a bolt out of the blue. Something didn't go the way you really thought it was going to. And I think you've genuinely been left thinking, you know, what the hell was that about, kind of thing. Let's have a look at these tarot cards. Well, look at these. We have Three of Cups. We have all the cups here. Three of Cups, Four of Cups, Five of Cups, and Six of Cups. Now, it's very unusual for us to get cards in a row all like this. Then we have the Three of Swords, we have the Wheel, and we have the Hermit. Okay. Yes. This did not go the way that you thought it was going to go. That's absolutely for sure. Okay, so we can see here, this is somebody who you felt a very, very strong connection with. Now, whether it was an intimate relationship with all of these cups, it may well have been for some of you. But for others, if it's a different kind of relationship, whoever it was, there was a really, really strong connection with them. And one that felt like a bond that could really go somewhere, whether it was a business partnership or a friendship or whatever it was. This was someone with whom you could literally play, you could enjoy, you could celebrate. And they're leaving the separation that was caused, the bolt out of the blue, whatever happened that created an upheaval. The higher self of this person is sort of saying, look, actually there's some sort of fate or destiny around this. Interestingly enough, and the message is very clear, we've got the sort of don't look back and move forwards, but there's a really, really interesting message coming through here, this ascendant entrance card here. This situation ultimately has created, it's shifted the wheel of fortune. It's creating a new pathway for you, and that new pathway is to do with destiny. It's to do with your calling. There's something that you will have gained, even through something that could be I suppose adversity is the word I want to say. A situation that caused you a lot of heartbreak. Your higher self and the higher self of this person are actually still very much in communication. It's very interesting. I think that you have a sense of that person still being present, still being around you. You know, when you're in a still place and you just think of them, and you kind of, it's like you almost hear their voice. And this is not just for people who've passed over, though for many of you there will be a reference to someone who's passed over here. But for others, actually this is someone where you didn't expect to part company, but you have, and you've had to go your separate ways. But the connection with them, as well as the way in which you parted, is actually creating a new pathway for you. There's an opening. Something else is coming your way here. And this is something that is going to be very, very rewarding. I mean, it's going to feel very magical. Look at this beautiful tree with all these fairies sitting around all these eggs and these little houses in the tree. There's something incredibly magical about ultimately the choices that are going to be made available to you. There will be a greater amount of choice available to you. The Six of Cups is a card traditionally of nostalgia, where we look back. And so it is reinforcing this, don't look back, move forwards with an open mind. But this situation, your higher self is very much still in connection with the higher self of this other person. The message coming through from the person on your mind is asking you to move forwards, and they are also asking you to be very what they're sort of saying is, look, you won't forget our connection. The connection was there, it was real, it was amazing. But this had to happen so that a new pathway could be opened up for you. And it will ultimately be to do with your calling, your destiny. There's something else, or I would venture to say someone else, that will be coming into your world. This is being guided. This whole situation is being guided. There's a huge amount of karmic fate, destiny around this situation. But the message is very clear, or the message is from this person at this point in the reading. One is that it is absolutely time to move forwards. And, the other is that an opening, this has created an opening for you that is leading you to a pathway that is to do with your calling, your destiny, your purpose in some way, shape or form. The wheel is turning now. There's also a third message coming through, which is to do with timing. And hence we have the key here. They're saying the timing now is ripe for you to do this. The timing now is right and ripe. Okay, so if this happened a little while ago, for some of you it may be something that's really quite recent, and it's literally been about clearing the way so the wheel could turn and a new pathway will become clear to you. For others, if it happened a while ago and you've really had to kind of process that whole experience, the timing now is absolutely purposeful for you to step through a gateway into a new pathway. You are being guided and you are being shown that direction. You may feel like a little bit like you're walking in the dark. I think, you know, you may just feel like there's, you know, at that point in the evening when it's one of my favourite times, twilight, I suppose we would call it, the twilight zone. But when you go out for a walk at that time and the light, it's not light and it's not dark, and it's a very magical hour. It's a time when I find I can hear and see a lot. You know, things are shown in a very interesting way. It's almost as though my sight changes. You know, I'm looking through a different lens. Perhaps more through my third eye, I don't know, but this card has a flavour of that around it. You may be feeling like, even in your daylight hours and even in your nighttime, you know, even in your dream time at night, you may be feeling like you are walking in the twilight zone sometimes. You may be feeling like you're sort of in that in-between zone and you don't quite know where it is you're supposed to go next, okay? Because whatever took place, it wasn't what you expected to happen. But there's a richness here that ultimately you thought that person, that connection to that person, whatever that was that you had, was going to become really fulfilled. Actually, the separation, there's definitely been a separation between you. That separation is actually part of what needed to happen for a new pathway to come. So yeah, even though you may not be certain about how you're progressing, the messages are very clear. It's absolutely the right time to move forwards. This is the key of transformation. It's time to put this in the door, literally, and take that risk and step into the new, even if you can't quite see exactly what the next step is. It will literally be lit up for you, one step at a time. You'll find your way. What I'm also really hearing here, and it's really delightful, so you have a strong, if this is a person in your current life and you expected something to happen and it didn't emerge, there is a soul connection between you, just as whoever this is, for all of you. I am 100% sure that there is a soul connection with this person, and you feel that still very strongly. Your souls sort of know of each other. Maybe you may have met in a previous life as well, but either way, that level of connectedness is there. What you're going to find is that as you take step by step, step by step, you move forwards. You move into the space of the new and the unknown. You do things you haven't tried before. That's what I'm hearing. As you do those things you haven't tried, you're going to see signs, okay? You'll be given signs, just like these cups are sitting on the steps. Literally, you'll turn around, or you'll look up in the sky, or you'll open a book, or a song will come on the radio, and you will know, or something will be said, a word, a smile, something, and you'll know it's a confirmation that you're moving in the right direction. Okay, signs are going to be shown, and even if this person is present in your world but not present, as it were, you know, you don't have a face-to-face keeping together connection with them, the parting was important because it's created a new pathway for you. And there is something much bigger, better, more important, more valuable for you to be moving towards. It's purposeful here. And signs will be shown. The higher self of this person, even if they're still around in the world and their everyday conscious self doesn't feel very in tune with a spiritual being or their higher self, if they're behaving in ways that you're not very comfortable with, their higher self is assuring you that they will make sure that signs are placed for you as you move forwards and away from this. so that you know. It's like having affirmations being delivered to you. So Super Souls reading number 1, what we're going to do is draw some more cards to really ask for more information. The message is very clear. This person is saying, the message from the person you're thinking about, they are actually saying, look, this had to happen. It absolutely had to happen, because this bolt from the blue, the unexpected, is actually creating a new pathway for you. Now is the timing to be stepping away and forwards in some way, shape or form. Let's draw more cards and ask for more information about how is this going to potentially unfold or emerge. May we be given more information for reading number 1. More information. How will this moving away emerge? What's to be shown or offered to help reading number 1 with this situation? Thank you so much. Okay. You have the Page of Wands as your first card. You have the King of Swords. Okay. You have the 10 of Pentacles. You have the 5 of Swords. You have the 9 of Swords. And then you have the Emperor. Okay. This is very interesting. Okay, reading number 1. What this is showing us really is that, yeah, it's very clear, actually, very, very clear. We're really being shown something of the purpose and the destiny. What has happened is actually going to take you on a pathway of leadership. If you had never experienced this, you would potentially have, I won't say taken the easy road, because, you know, life is never easy. But there's something about this that is going to cause you or result in you holding a much greater position of leadership. You may well actually become a significant leader to others. You may well be showing them exactly how to handle conflict, how to handle difficulty, maybe how to handle loss, and how to sort of, I almost want to say, take it in your stride. But there's something very clear here about, and it may even be that you become some kind of life coach or a counsellor, or you know, even potentially a spiritual leader perhaps. But what I'm seeing above and beyond anything is leadership. What actually took place, and this person is really communicating this to you. This is the message to you, which is, not only did this have to happen to sort of elevate you in your own consciousness, and you may be feeling quite young and quite new at the stages of your new pathway, this leaving something behind and moving forwards, but this has actually created a new beginning for you. You are, I think, without any shadow of a doubt, you are going to become a leader of some sort. I think it's going to benefit you in a way that will actually bring in abundance, or be a way of earning your living. Actually, I don't think this is just, you know, it's like when something happens and it becomes a vocation later in life, you know, and actually you wouldn't have chosen this pathway if this hadn't happened. You know, it's one of those situations. It's a bit like, for those of you who are new to my channel, I worked as an accredited psychotherapist, a counsellor for over 28 years. My calling is to bring that knowledge base into and collaborate that into, connect that into our spiritual understandings, because there's, you know, it's a bank of knowledge that is so helpful, and it really, really interconnects with the evolution at a soul level for all of us, you know. But that was my profession. that was needed. You know, in many ways there were things, you know, I'm a very private person, so I'm not going to talk about too much about them, but I went through a whole series of experiences that pushed me ultimately into wanting to become a counsellor, a therapist, and then that's actually how I earned my living for a long time, and then more circumstances emerged to bring me into this realm of working. So at different stages there are different steps along the way. And we may not always realise in the thick of things that actually there will be purpose, because it's going to open a doorway of something that is really very magical. I think you, reading number 1, in whatever way, shape or form this comes, you are going to become some kind of a leader. You will take a very leading role in helping people to navigate challenges of some sort or another. It will be similar to the kind of challenges that you went through yourself, and literally you will be able to help people navigate with awareness. Some of you may even become midwives, bereavement counsellors, specialist counsellors, you know, healers of some sort or another. You're going to help people to integrate their difficulties in ways that allow them to be able to become whole and more complete, to resolve conflict, to not see things in such black and white terms. But it's going to be rewarding for you. I think it will be rewarding for you in every possible way, but I do believe it will also potentially bring you in, you know, earn you a very good living as well. So wow, reading 1, it's really super souls. This I'm really sorry that the depth of what took place is really very big here, and I can really see that, the storm here, the lightning bolt, and this almost feels like there's still, you're more, possibly for some of you, still more absorbed in what has happened rather than the future yet. You know, that we haven't got a sort of even a 50-50 here, but this is where the potential, can you see the colour here on the side of the lightning bolt that has more, is taking up more of your sort of energy, your presence, but it's full of colour. It's full of the colours of the rainbow, though they're slightly, you know, mixed in here with all of this. But these are the seeds of potential. At the moment, the future pathway feels like it's a little bit darker. It's not quite as present for you, because I think you would have wanted this to work out. So whatever that ending, whatever that crunch point, whatever it was, it has created an entrance point. It is bringing a new beginning. You are still connected to that person at a level of soul, your higher selves, even if they are present in the world and living elsewhere, living differently, not connected to you. The message is the same. It's move on and move away. Don't look back. Move forwards with an open heart and an open mind. And everything from this experience is going to be leading you onto a pathway that you wouldn't otherwise have taken. So whatever that connection, at a level of soul, this person remains connected to you, but also is completely supporting you in closing that doorway and moving forwards. It's time for that wheel to turn, and the timing is absolutely perfect right here and right now, whenever you are watching this reading number 1. Super souls, I think that is your reading for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments. Super souls, if this reading is resonating and you want to get a notification as soon as I post any readings, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should come into your stream. I put lots of free stuff into the world. I have a whole free library which is connected to psychological and mostly emotional awareness, as well as spirituality. It's completely free. It's a free resource. I will put all the links. It connects in actually to loss and bereavement, because there are several pages in there that library, all about the process of loss and bereavement and finding your way back into life. So for those of you for whom that may be relevant, if those pages of the library, well, they may be helpful to you. I will put all the links of everything that I do into the information box below. I have a monthly prize draw for my subscribers as well, so I'll put the link to join my subscriber email list there too. Super Souls, thank you so much. Thank you for all of you who are giving back through the super thanks. Thank you to those of you who are following and supporting me on Patreon as well. I'll be recording your next tutorial soon. And Super Souls, I am sending you all the love in the world, and there is an amazing pathway unfolding that would not have happened without this. I'm not saying it makes it easy though. I'm very conscious of that. So truly sending you the biggest hug ever, and really holding that excitement for all of the potential that you are going to evolve and ripen into. Super Souls, tons of love. Welcome, reading number 2. You've been guided to this reading by the card of Guardian, guard your energy. You also have the rune of protection, which is really interesting because this rune speaks of, again, being very conscious of your emotions, your emotional energy, and our emotions are constantly affected by the incoming energy of others. So there's some quite curious stuff here going on in this reading already. We have the feather and we also have the Eiffel Tower. So this is very interesting. I'm not going to say any more. I'm just going to place this up here and we'll draw more cards. But let's see what the message is from someone that you are thinking of, someone who is on your mind. We'll draw some oracle cards first, and then we will see this one and that one too then. Okay, right, let us have a look and see what we have. So this is really interesting. So you have the card of the path, you have Taurus, cultivate. Okay, you have Anima Mundi and Kairos. Now, where should we place these cards so that we're going to be drawing a lot of tarot cards? So, okay, how can we line these up for the best? Okay, so let's just look at these cards first of all straight away. So reading number 2, the very first messages that I feel are coming through from you, or for you, from the person that you are thinking about is, this is all about timing and knowing when to act and when not to act. Knowing when to speak, knowing when to surge forwards, knowing when to ease off, knowing when to speak your mind, knowing when to back down a little bit and compromise. And guard your energy. I feel like you're a bit of a treasure trove, okay? I feel like you're working on something that has got real potential to sing out to the world in some way, shape or form. There's something of real value that you are going to be, I believe you're already working on it, or you have an idea, it's stirring within you, or you're in full-blown mode of creation already. Either way, it's of its time and place, and it's the path you must follow, unquestionably. There's so much secular motion here of timing, perfect timing. But there's something in this reading that the person who is on your mind is saying to you, look, don't act impulsively. is what's coming through here. There's a time to strive to reach the highest point. There are other times when you need to ease off and tread as lightly as a feather, rather than being like a bull in a china shop. You're needing to cultivate something, to be steady in your progress. There's a clear message from the person who you are thinking about. They are talking to you, advising you that timing is involved here. Guard your energy and take things steadily and surely. I'm going to draw more cards. I simply have to, reading number 2, to find out more about this. I'm incredibly curious, and you know, for you to find out what this is actually about. May we please know what this is about for reading number 2, please. What situation is this? What is reading number 2 creating? What is happening that they're needing to be really thoughtful about? And why does this particular person need to communicate this to you? I feel we want to turn them over from as they came out, I think. Well, let's see where we go with them. Okay, so your first card, 5 of Cups. Yeah, so there's your pathway again. And the circle of creation, the spiral of creation, the timing of things. Okay, the Magician, you're creating, whatever it is you're creating. You're bringing something forth that really, really is of its time. It's like, yeah, and it's significant. It's sort of life-changing, really. We have the Death card. We have the High Priestess. Let's draw all your cards out first so that we can really see what's happening. We then have the 6 of Cups. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Lovely. Okay. And then we have the 5 of Swords. Okay. Look at this, sitting under the High Priestess here, the Moon. And the Moon again. Whoever you are thinking about, the message from them is very, very clear. They're actually saying to you, look, whatever it is that you are building, creating, making, wanting, desiring, manifesting, it's a general reading, so you'll know what that means for you. But there is a pathway that you are already walking on. It's not brand new, but if it's at the early stage of the seeds, it's going to emerge. But I think for most of you, there's something you are, let's just say there's something you're manifesting, whether that's to do with career, calling, purpose, love, home, car, whatever it is. I don't know why I say car, but there's something about that. There's a real steady momentum here. The person that you... I do apologise. I'm so sorry, Super Souls. I have just got the residue of a really dry cough, and every now and then it just happens, and I find myself coughing. Super Souls, anyway, my cough aside, you're on this pathway already. You have the goal in sight. You have the idea. You have the nugget. You have the you know it's in your sights, even if you haven't created it. Take it slowly, okay? Take it slowly. There's something, I'm going to have to draw more cards for you in a moment, reading number 2, but the message from someone you are thinking about, they are asking you to slow down, in effect. They're saying, slow down, this will happen, and when it does, I want to say when it does, they will follow you. Now, some of you may be debating, there may be a move of some sort. You may be wondering whether to make that move or not make that move, whether you're wondering about how things will emerge. You know, what would you be leaving behind as you step into this pathway? But actually, everything you want will come, and the connections in your life as you know it now that are worthy will remain and will follow you. They will absolutely walk with you. Somebody who you are thinking about is saying to you and giving you very clear advice here. What they're saying is, look, don't rush. Take your time. There is timing involved here. There will be a moment, a point of opening. There'll be a point of opening when you know that you can move forwards. There'll be clarity for you. You'll know the way ahead. I think that there is, it's a general reading, but I think there's some deliberation for some of you around which pathway to take. In reality, I actually think there's only one pathway to go. But you may be debating, and again, a bit like a move, do you push to move? And actually they're saying, don't push to move yet. The point of clarity will come to you. Someone is very clearly saying to you, this person who is on your mind is saying to you, this will happen. This is going to move forwards. This situation is going to take place. It's going to emerge. There will be sort of almost like magical completions and new beginnings, but don't try to force it. Now, if this is, well, let's draw cards and ask about different scenarios, because it's a general reading. The overall message for you is very clear. This person is saying to you, stop trying to push this, stop trying to force it, stop trying to make it happen. Guard your energy. Don't get knocked off balance. Remain dedicated, but be slow and steady, and also be diligent. Don't try to rush. You know, this will emerge. There's a time to push forwards. There's a time to ease off. There's a time to sort of fly, to go as high as you can, to soar as high as you can. There's a time to tread as lightly as a feather. Yeah, this is a reading that is really saying to you, whoever is communicating with you, they are saying to you, slow it down. This will happen. What you want is going to happen. But let it slow down first. It needs to emerge and evolve. It's almost as though the universe has to become, needs to co-create with you. Let's just draw more cards and ask about this for reading number 2. So I'm kind of asking, let's ask first of all about maybe some different scenarios that may be going on. Okay, so first of all, the first card that's come out is the King of Cups. So I would say, for those of you that maybe if this person is a connection in terms of a romantic interest, let's ask a little bit more about that for reading number 2. If this is a romantic interest, what's being said? The Emperor and the Tower. Ooh, big. Yeah, big cards. Okay. 10 of Wands and the Black Numen. Okay. Right, so this is our first sort of area where we'll ask for several. So if this was a love interest, the person's higher self, it may not be their conscious, you know, everyday self, but their higher self is actually telling you, look, something has to come to an end within their own world before they are able to move forwards with you. That's what we are really seeing here. So if your question, the person on your mind, is to do with a love interest, they are not yet in a position to take a lead in your direction. Some things have to come to an end. Some things have to get sorted out. It's almost like there's a bit of a can of worms around them. Something will have to come to its natural completion before they can really lead and move in your direction. So, something of their world has to change. But we do see that the result is that they do follow you. What you are seeking will come to you. What you're manifesting will come to you. So that's connected to some kind of a love interest. Let's draw more cards and ask for some other different scenarios, please. May we please be given some more information for reading number 2 about different scenarios that this may be about. 10 of Pentacles. Now this, I think we are thinking health, career, money, finances. So if this is a situation, whoever you are talking about, the message from someone you're thinking about, and it connects to some aspect of home, family, career, that kind of thing, may we please ask what else we can be shown for reading number 2. Judgment. Oh, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Page of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, and the Empress. Okay, so very clear here for you reading number 2. If the person you are thinking about is giving you a message about some aspect of your health, your family, your home, money, career, finances, that kind of earthy stuff of life, what they're saying is, look, something has to be attempted. This has to move forwards in a balanced way. You know, the card of Judgment. There may even be contracts that have to be signed, and there needs to be a diligent approach to those contracts. You need to look at them carefully, not rush through this, okay? You can't force it to happen. That's everything in the reading here. So whoever is on your mind is letting you know, or their higher self is letting you know, be diligent, pay attention to the details, cross the T's, dot the I's. So health, finance, family, career, it will move forwards, but it will move forward steadily. Nurture is the better approach. You know, constantly worrying about it. You know, if you're kind of laid back about it, if you kind of approach this in a more horizontal, with a horizontal mindset, I think it's a nice way of saying it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, if you lie down, stop worrying about it, you'll know what to do. The idea will come to you. Stop trying to force it. So whoever is communicating with you, whoever is the person on your mind, the message from the person you're thinking about, perhaps their higher self or at a level of soul, they are communicating with you and saying, don't try to force this, don't try to make it happen. The outcome will come, but it needs to be nurtured into being, not forced into being. It needs to be a balanced approach where you are meticulous about the details. If you push forwards too fast, it will lose energy. It will lose momentum. Yeah, absolutely. It will lose energy, lose momentum, and it literally will be like an energy spill almost, where you're running on a hamster wheel and not really getting anywhere. So just, again, very clear message of advice from this person who you are thinking about, their higher self at a connection of soul. You know, the outcome will come, the pathway will become clear, it will be lit up, the transformation will occur, it will at some point speed forwards, but it needs to happen. Timing is really crucial here. So that's a second scenario. Let's ask for another for you, reading number 2. Maybe ask for, I'll just place it. I like to put those cards all right back into the pack in different places, so we know when we draw them out that we know we're getting a really good, we've got a reasonably good shuffle in there. So may we please ask if there's any more information. I think there will be. The Hermit. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that. Very, very interesting. Ooh, this is about, I think, so if you are asking, or the message from someone that you are thinking about connects in some way to some aspect of your spiritual pathway, these cards are definitely showing up for you. Those 3. And another. Okay, let's see what we are shown here. We have the Hermit, we have the Sun, we have the High Priestess, Black Numen and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so if this is some aspect of your spiritual pathway, your calling, your vocation, some aspect of your inner world that you are navigating. Okay, this is very, very interesting, because what I would like to say is that for some of you, you do have some kind of an idea or a calling or something that you want to birth into the world. The message from someone that you are thinking about, their higher self, their connection, what they're actually saying to you here is, look, your message is very unique to you. And, you know, it's, I want to say, quite a competitive market. What they're actually saying is don't share too much too quickly. Don't give away too much of what you're doing. Don't share too much information. You know, because it will disperse your energy, and it will almost like alert people to your idea. Whatever it is that you are creating, be thoughtful about how you move this forwards. Yeah, there'll be a time and a place to share it. You will, you know, collaboration will be needed at some point or another, but just be very thoughtful about how you navigate that process of collaboration. You may even find that whatever the idea is, whatever you're creating, whatever this pathway, you know, there's something about following your North Star here. Whatever that calling, I think you have something quite special and unique to share, and whoever the message from someone you're thinking about, their higher self is saying, look, there's a lot of creativity here and a lot of energy available to bring this forth, and it's really is going to it's going to manifest in a very, I want to say, higher minded way. But what I would also say is, you know, there's more than one potential. I don't know, for example, if you've written a book, you know, there's going to be more than one agent interested in it, more than one publisher. So you know, think about this, navigate it carefully, bring awareness into this, use your intuition, be thoughtful about how you navigate it. And actually another area coming through here in terms of holding course. Okay, so I've just used the idea of a creative thing because I think some of you are bringing something forth. There's a pathway you're on, and I think it will come to fruition, and collaboration will be needed, but that the collaboration needs to come through finding the right person, being diligent about that, not sort of like just jumping at the first opportunity here. You know, very important. I also want to say that I think for some of you there are distractions in terms of this creativity, this something, going back to guarding your energy and the rune of protection and the feather. You know, if you want to soar, and you're going to, I think your idea is heavenly guided, but you will meet some envy along the way, and you may find that there are also things going on around you in different parts of your world. You know, we've got two distinct layers of cards here. I feel like there's maybe, on the one hand, you're bringing your idea to fruition and it feels very creative, amazing, abundant, lovely, but there's also other stuff going on in the background around you that could bring in a more challenging energy, and it could be around people who envy you. Even if this is your creative working world, this could be your personal world where somebody's quite envious of your potential success. Don't let other people's energy influence your personal pathway forwards. Don't let other people's energy knock you off your pathway, knock you off your own, you know, following that, not your own North Star. Okay, be true to your own principles here. And that applies, reading number 2, to if there's something personal going on in any of your lives, not just to do with a creative venture, but literally, don't let people knock you off track. Stay on course and be steady. Cultivate your pathway at this time, whatever area of your world that is. I think we'll draw one more batch of cards just to see what else we might be shown for reading number 2. We're just pulling in a few different scenarios and asking for, you know, how this message might be realizing or manifesting within your lives. We'll ask for one more scenario, please, for reading number 2. The Wheel of Fortune is your first card. Okay, so again, navigating transition here for you. May we please have additional cards to have more information about this and whoever is bringing this message through for reading number 2. Okay. You have Wheel of Fortune, Page of Wands, Black Numen coming up again. This has come up a lot. Okay, we have the card of the Judgment, we have the Sun, and we have the Black Numen. Okay, right. For those of you who are navigating any form of transition in your world, whoever you are thinking about, the message from someone you're thinking about, they are actually saying to you, look, again, you can't force this to happen. The wheel is going to turn anyway, you know, but it needs to be moved forwards. Whatever transition you're going through, it's got to work its way through, basically. You know, the completion of something will come, but something has to be worked through in order for you to get. It's like to get from A to B, to get from start to finish. So whatever is taking place in your life, whoever you are thinking about reading number 2, the message from that person, perhaps from their higher self, is, and that comes through in this reading for you, take your time, guard your energy, don't expend too much energy. This will move forwards at its own pace. Be diligent. Be careful, be thoughtful to get from A to B. You know, the conclusion, the completion will come. Guard your energy, stay on track. Don't try to force things, but let the universe work with you and around you and support you. The path you're on is good and right and working, whether that is love, family, home. We've looked at lots of different scenarios. What we are affirmed again and again in the different messages coming through from the people you are thinking about is that slow and steady wins the race with diligence, awareness, thought, care, navigating and keeping true to yourself, true to your own pathway every step of the way. Holding trust. I feel like the universe will have your back. You will get from A to B, whatever that will mean for you. It will happen, but you can't make it happen. You can't force it to happen. And for some of you, there are things that have to fall into place along the way that are connected to other people, whether that is in love or a connection to some of the other aspects of the reading that we've talked about, or the extra cards. Super Souls. If you'd like to get a notification as soon as I post any readings, if you subscribe and hit the little bell icon, they should come into your stream. I hope this reading has been helpful to you guys. It's super lovely to be reading for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I feel as though this is, gosh, this is very big for some of you. It really is. I can see that there are transitions. I feel like the wheels of the planets are in motion for you. And it's really interesting. It feels like that point as well where, you know, when, I mean, at the moment, at the time of doing this reading, and of course you could be tuning in with this at any time, it's a timeless reading, but at the time of doing it, many of the bigger planets are in retrograde, and in the next sort of few weeks, they are actually going to be moving forwards. And you can sort of energetically, I don't know about you, but you can kind of feel that shift as they almost, it's like these big gigantic wheels and cogs of the universe. It's a sort of slowing down and realigning to shift into gear and move forwards again. And it feels as though you're in that zone of in-betweenness, where things haven't started to really fast forward, but they're going to. You know, we have that affirmation here, Page of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles. Things are going to move forwards. It's just that at the moment, you can't make it happen any quicker. Super Souls, I am sending you all the love in the world, all the nurture in the world. Guard your energy, stay on track, look after yourself, trust the universe. It's working with you here. You can't make it happen, whatever that is. And the message is very clear from the person you are thinking about, whatever part of your world that's from. You know, this will come to a good completion and a great, you'll see exactly the way you need to move forwards. It all will become clear and all will fall into place. But the timing has to be, yeah, perfect and right. Look after yourself in the meantime. Super Souls, I am sending you the biggest hug in the world. Tons and tons of love, and thank you so much for all of you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you to those of you who've been giving back through the super thanks, and thank you to all of you who are connected with me on Patreon and helping to support my work ongoing. And I'm looking forward to doing your next tutorial for you soon as well. Super Souls, I'll put all the links to anything and everything that I do that might be of value to you in the information box below. I do give away a free private reading and a pack of oracle cards every single month. It's a subscriber offer. So again, if you subscribe and add yourself to my subscriber email list, I will put that link in the information box in the comments for you as well. Super Souls, reading number 2, you are amazing. Tons and tons of love. Welcome, reading number 3. You have been guided to this reading by the Rune of Joy, the Tudor Rose, and align your universe, navigate distractions. This has got a really vibrant energy to this reading already, reading number 3. Now I'm just going to draw some, before we dive in, I'm just going to draw some oracle cards first, I think, actually. Let's see what we are shown for reading number 3. We're asking for a message from the person on your mind. What message do they have for reading number 3? That's your card. Let's have a little look at these cards. So you have the card of perspective. Look at this beautiful heart in the middle here. There's a lot of colour, a lot of energy around you. Reading number 3. Solar calm, clarify. Wow, the colours, the vibrancy of your reading are stunning. And we have the flame. I mean, just look at the colours, the energy, the vibrancy, the movement, the pointing upwards, the Rune of Joy. I mean, this is out of darkness into light, carried across the gap by the wings of heaven. It's a new dawn, a new opening. Calm your mind. The message from the person on your mind, the person you are thinking about today, reading number 3. We'll draw much more cards as well, but from these cards just alone, the message coming through already is align yourself. Get rid of distractions, get focused. What is it that you really want? Bring your life into balance. What's your highest priority? Whatever you're manifesting. Get still, think about it, hold your thought, hold your intention. There's something here that's really like you're on the verge of something really exciting, and the person on your mind, the person you're thinking about, the message from them is they're asking you to hold your vision, actually, hold your perspective, hold your idea, hold your thought, hold your light. It's that sort of like channel your energy, keep your mind really clear and focused on what you want. Don't let anything else get in the way. This is so interesting, reading number 3. Let's draw some cards and see what else we are shown. Can we have more information about it's actually the message, really, just more information, but the message that's coming through from somebody that reading number 3 are thinking about. What is it they want reading number 3 to know? What is this message? Okay, Knight of Pentacles is your first card. Okay. Six of Swords. What are you dreaming of? Seven of Swords. This is very interesting. Queen of Pentacles. Yes, we have the card of Justice. Reading number 3, I'm really excited for you. Then we have the Death card and we have the Three of Wands. Oh wow, look at that beautiful deer lit up here. Can you see this? The whole pathway, alive, alight. There is something in your world, reading number 3, that you actually really, really want to change. And you want it to change for the good. There's something you really want. The change isn't about, I mean, I guess any change and transition, of course, is always we let go of one thing in order to have another, don't we? It's a bit like if you're, I don't know, if you're single and you want to be in a relationship, then you're letting go of the freedom that you have with singleness when you embark on a relationship. But, you know, we don't think about what we're letting go of particularly. But there is something you really, really, really want. And the person that you are thinking of, the person on your mind, the message from them, from their higher self, is actually saying to you, don't lose sight of your dream. Don't lose sight of it. It is absolutely possible. It can, this situation can reverse. I think there's a situation that is around, so there's something you really want. And it feels as though, yeah, distractions get in the way, stuff is in the way. Everything here is saying, look, actually hold your perspective, hold your line of thinking, hold your intention, hold your dream. The person on your mind is saying, look, even if it's not going to come in exactly the shape or form that you thought it would, it is coming, okay? What you might have to do is let go of, this is very interesting, I think you might have to let go of something that's like really, really, really ultra specific. So the kind of things that I'm thinking of, it's a bit like if you wanted to manifest, let's say you wanted to manifest a new car and you see the car on your neighbour's drive and you say, that's the car I want, that's exactly the one. Well, actually that belongs to your neighbour. So, you know, actually what you want is a car like that one. Do you see what I mean? It's a bit like if you, if there's a job and you really, really, really want that job, or you really want that position, but it's actually somebody else got that job. Actually what you're then wishing for is a position that offers you all of those kinds of things. So there's something about here not holding on to the things that it's like if your perspective is so precise, then it's almost as if the universe can't bring things into alignment to give this to you. Nurture your dreams. We're going to draw some more cards here. Nurture your dreams. Reading number 3. The message coming through from the person you are thinking about, they are saying to you, you will get what you want, okay? But the way to achieve it is to let go of how you think you're going to achieve it, or the exact way it will arrive, or trying to control the situation. Actually, this is going to happen when things come into balance. You know, it's as if it has to be nurtured into being. But your role in this, your part in this, is to hold your light, hold your vision, remain really, really, really clear about ultimately what you really, really want. What makes your heart sing? What you love doing? Hold your energy, hold your vibration. I'm just going to draw some more cards from this pack before we move to another. May we please ask for more information for reading number 3. What is the message that's coming through here for reading number 3? Page of Wands. Strength, yes. Six of Wands. Oh, I'm loving this. Okay. Yes. Now, this is a fascinating reading. I feel like it's almost all about the law of attraction, this reading for you, reading number 3. And we will draw some more cards in a moment to ask about some specifics for you. But the message from someone you are thinking about, they are saying to you, look, this can happen, okay? But you can't, the key, what they're saying to you is, if you want to make this thing happen, if you want this change to take place, if you want this something that makes your heart sing to take place, you need to hold your focus. Don't let distractions get in the way. And allow it to come to you. Okay, you've got to hold your strength. It's almost like you're holding your energy. So if we think of you as a magnet, okay, let's use this card as your magnet. So here's you and your flame of desire. Excuse me, your flame of desire, that the things you really, 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 really want, or the something, whatever that is. And within that flame of desire, it's like holding your focus, but trusting that the universe will bring that to you. You will be the magnet that draws it to you. You don't have to surge forwards. You don't have to actively go and make it happen. You don't have to pick up the phone and contact 20 people or whatever that might mean. What you actually need to do is hold your focus, hold your energy, hold your inner strength, hold your sense of determination, your trust, your belief. This change will happen. There is fear around, I think for some of you there's concern and anxiety that this one thing that you really, really want will never happen. The person that is communicating with you, the message from the person you are thinking about, they are saying to you, you can't, this is really interesting because this connected very strongly with one of the other readings, so it is a little different to say that you can't make it happen. In a way, that was different because it was about pacing yourself. And forgive me, I don't want to say too much about the other readings, but if you're drawn to any of the others, you'll hear that anyway. This is different because this is manifesting from the inside out, okay? Inside out, manifesting from the heart, being in balance, not being distracted by external circumstances, not worrying about anything getting in the way, trusting that the way will be cleared, not holding on to feelings of self-doubt, trusting that the pathway will be opened. The things you do need to hold on to are inner strength, resilience, trust, determination. It will come to you. If your energy is in balance, if your perspectives are in balance, if you don't allow other stuff to knock you or topple you or affect you energetically, everything is going to line up for you. And that's what this person is actually saying to you. They're saying, believe in your dreams, trust in your dreams. Keep your strength, keep your resilience. Nurture, look after yourself. There's an aspect of self-care. I feel like maybe you get knocked off balance and then maybe resort to things that are, which we do, it's that kind of reaching out for the box of chocolates, isn't it? In that moment, rather than actually walking that pathway of, keeping that faith, we sort of keep it in an unhealthy way, if that makes sense. If you are in balance, this desire will come to you. Let's ask for some more information, please, for reading 3. Ten of Pentacles. Five of Swords. Six of Wands. Yeah, lovely. and Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so reading number 3. The 10 of Pentacles, it's a card of fulfillment. Okay. 6 of Wands, it's a card of success, victory. Knight of Pentacles, this for me feels like we're making it real. You know, this is the lovely earthy solid stuff here of realness. Contentment, a steady phase of life, the joy, the love, but the consistency. You know, the end of a conflict here. Finding that point of balance. Reading number 3. Whoever is communicating with you, their higher self. I think we might draw some more cards around some different scenarios, just to ask about different areas of your world. But the message is really clear for you from this person. They are saying to you, if you want it, I almost want it. It's like, you know, the words of songs just come to you. There's a song, Babylon, a David Gray song, where it kind of goes, you know, if you want it, come and get it. You know, and I feel, you know, it's like that. If you want it, come and get it. It's that kind of feeling, and it's like bringing it to you. You don't have to. This person is saying to you, if you want it, come and get it. But it's not come and get it as in you've got to go and reach out. It's like change you, shift you, keep your energy intact. Don't disperse your energy. Keep your intention intact. Keep your energy intact. Hold your vision and it will come to you. Victory. Keep yourself completely in balance, okay? Hold your own vision. Don't be distracted in any way, shape or form. That it's very, very clear. Very, very clear. Everything sits within you. The flame within you is the source of everything that can come. This is a really powerful reading number 3. Let's draw some cards around. I do apologize. I still have such a dry sort of leftover cough. Super souls, and it niggles every now and then. So let's draw some cards around some different scenarios for you and just ask for a little bit more information around certain things. We're going to leave this just as it is because the message from someone you're thinking about is very, very clear to you. They're saying all you actually have to do, hold the light, hold your vision, hold your idea, and the rest will happen and fall into place. And it doesn't even feel like you're going to have to wait for it. If I'm honest, I see this happening quite quickly. It's literally about keeping your own self, vision, energy in balance. In fact, I would venture to say, you know, if you are setting intentions, you know, take time to set those intentions every single day. It's like light that candle every morning when you get up or every evening before you go to bed. Say those intentions. Put those prayers, those wishes into the universe. I know we associate those things with certain moon cycles, but it feels like it's a time to really hold your energy and your point of clarity really carefully on the one thing that you want above and beyond anything. Let's draw some more cards and ask for some information about some of the different scenarios or the different people that are communicating with reading number 3. We have 2 cards here. So the first is the Hermit and the second is Judgment. Okay. I think, now I was kind of asking slightly 2 questions, which was, you know, the kind of who are we, who's communicating with you, reading number 3, and maybe a bit more information about the circumstances. Now the Hermit for me is asking you to follow your own North Star, stay on track. The person who is communicating with you actually has, they have a potential role to play in the outcome that you're hoping for. the higher self. They hold the higher picture for you. The higher self of this person you're thinking of is actually holding the higher vision for you. They're saying to you, look, you can do this. You can create this transformation. We have the snake winding around the staff. You can create this. We have an elk's head. Elks are about stamina. Yeah, the person that's for some of you, the person that is speaking to you, they are somebody who is involved in some way, shape or form in the outcome of something that you want to happen. And their higher self is saying to you, hold your energy, hold your confidence. Confidence is majorly charismatic. Hold your energy, hold your confidence, hold your balance. They are holding the higher perspective for you. And they are telling you very clearly, you can have this, but you need to stay on target and on track, and don't lose sight of your vision. Don't get knocked off balance. Then we ask, what else might we be shown or seen for reading number 3 rather. Reading number 3 we are asking for, of course. Okay, we have 2 more cards. The Tower and the 10 of Cups. Okay, right. Fulfillment. Absolute transformation. This is telling us the enormity of the change that is coming to you. This person is saying, if you want it, come and get it, but let it arrive, let it transform, let it take place. Hold your energy. This is the timing of it is going to be, I think we're being shown here, the timing of it is going to, it will happen very, very quickly. The moment you are in balance, the moment you follow your North Star, the moment you are in balance, the moment you maintain absolutely impeccably the thing that you really, really want, it will change. This is a magical extra bit of message coming through for you from the higher self of the person that is speaking to you. They are saying to you, you can have this, it will come to you. What you have to do is just absolutely keep your focus, keep your energy clean, keep yourself, don't get distracted, don't divert, don't tell yourself negative messages. Success. I actually think this will happen very, very, very quickly for you. I would really, truly set up a regime, reading number 3, of commitment to setting intentions on a daily basis, writing them down, or writing down affirmations that keep your energy intact, that keep you on track, that hold you to purpose, that hold that one thing that you really, really want above and beyond anything. Don't be distracted by other things. You can do other stuff, of course you can, but hold the absolute energy of the one thing you really want above and beyond anything, and it will happen very, very, very quickly. Reading number 3, I'm feeling pretty excited for you. I think we will just draw, see if we're given just a little bit, I feel we are going to be given a little bit more information, perhaps about how to do this, how to keep your energy absolutely and your intentions absolutely spot on and clear. King of Cups and 10 of Wands. Right, so very, very clear. We are being given that information. Right, stop worrying about it. Excuse me. Stop worrying about it. Stop going over and over things. Stop thinking that it's never going to happen. Stop being distracted, and become aware of your internal dialogue. I have to admit, Super Souls, I was horrified the very first time when I really, really stopped and I made a real distinct effort to listen to my own internal dialogue, like really, really for like a whole day. I just committed this was going to be my task of the day. What's actually going on in the depths of my mind? You know, when your mind wanders. And I consciously decided to become an observer. And I was so horrified at how much rubbish goes on in my head. But, you know, that's part of my creative process. I had to really, honestly, seriously put the brakes on and really kind of have some quite regular site meetings with myself and really address that. So, yeah, don't worry about this. Hold the vision of exactly what you want. The person who you are thinking about is saying to you, you can have what you desire. It may not come in exactly the shape or the form that you think. So it may be a different model, but of the same thing, or even better, whatever that may be, whatever shape that manifests. But it will make your heart sing. And so excitingly, you hold the key to making it happen simply by keeping your energy in perfect alignment with your vision and intention, utterly focused. Don't lose sight of it. You know, literally, your energy will move, I want to say move oceans, you know, it will flow. King of Cups, it's like literally you pour your intentions, your desires into the bigger ocean and it will respond. This is what this is feeling like. It's like you become, look at this, it's like almost like this Neptunian radio mast sending out, emitting frequencies into the world that are going into the universe, that will then be responded to. I have to say, as law of attraction goes, this is one of the most focused law of attraction readings I think I've ever done. It's so clear. And whoever is communicating to you, they're really saying to you, look, you can have what you want and you can make it happen fast. Okay, stop worrying, notice your internal dialogue and get to it. Reading number 3. This reading has been buzzing with excitement from the moment I started it. I do apologise for the little bits of croakiness that come out in my voice from time to time. I just have the residue of a really sore throat and it's still a little dry. There we go again. But Super Souls, it is a joy to be here and read for you. Literally a joy. Super Souls, thank you for joining me. I feel that we have drawn enough cards for this reading for you today. I am sending you all the love in the world. I'm 1000% behind you in your energy being clean. Do check out my library, actually, the A to Z of Emotional Health library. It's a totally free resource. For those of you that don't know anything about me, I worked as an accredited counsellor and psychotherapist. There are some sleep meditations in that library, I think, or they're certainly on the YouTube. In fact, yeah, on the YouTube channel as well. If you check out the home list, there's a playlist and there are some sleep meditations that cleanse energy overnight. You might want to check in on some of those, and there are tons actually on YouTube. So find what you need to keep your energy clean and to hold your focus. Super Souls, this is magical and amazing. It will come to you. So if you'd like to get notification as soon as I do any readings, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should come into your stream. I give away a free private reading actually and some oracle cards every month. It's a subscriber offer, so if you are subscribing and you want to be in that prize draw, just add yourself to my email list, my subscriber email list. I'll put all the links in the information box below, including the link to the subscriber email list and my library and various other things. Wonderful reading number 3. This is so thrilling because it's something you really wanted to manifest for a long time, and it's magical, and it literally is at that point of just materializing. And you can actually do something about this. So how fab. Super Souls, thank you for joining me. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you so much to all of you who give back through the super thanks. And also thank you to all of you who are connected with me through Patreon. Wonderful Patreon people. I'll be uploading a new tutorial for you very soon. For those of you who are new again, I do upload tutorials on learning how to read cards and runes every month for my Patreon people as well. Super Souls, I am just sending you the biggest hug in the world, and this is amazing. Tons and tons of love.